I left the fire behind me and became the flame. You thought I'd break in the silence. You thought I'd beg at your door. You thought the weight of losing you would keep me on the floor. But I learned the sound of my own heart beating through the pain, and every tear I buried deep came rising back as flame. I gave you all my softness, I gave you all my light. You turned my love into a battlefield and called it just a fight. But I am done with bleeding for a hand that lets me fall. I am done with shrinking down so you can feel tall. Hear me now, I am not afraid. Hear me now, I was not made to stay. I walked away and grew stronger, left your shadow for the thunder. I broke the chains you called love, now the sky knows I've had enough. I walked away and grew stronger, were dark behind me, but the road ahead was mine, and every step felt heavy till I crossed the final line. Then the wind came down like freedom through the heather and the rain, and I heard 1,000 voices calling out my name. Rise, rise, my breath from the storm, and the girl you thought you buried was the woman being born. I walked away and grew stronger, left your shadow for the thunder. I broke the chains you called love, now the sky knows I've had enough. I walked away and became the flame. even when we don't. We sat where the shadows fall on old stone walls by the rain. Your hand found mine in the dark, like it knew me before my name. The wind carried words we never said, through valleys we never crossed. We were standing on something endless, but didn't know what it cost. Your eyes held 1,000 lives. I almost lived with you. In every silence between heartbeats, I felt it breaking through. We were closer than time itself, closer than breath and bone, but forever slipped through our fingers like something we couldn't hold. And I hear you now in the quiet, where the world forgets to speak, like a ghost inside the firelight, calling back to me. We almost had forever, we almost became the sky, we almost outran the darkness, we almost learned to fly. But the night came in between us like a blade we couldn't see. We almost had forever, but forever wasn't meant for me. Now every road feels colder, every song sounds incomplete, and I still reach out in the silence for a hand I cannot meet. They say time will carry the memory like rivers into the sea, but some loves don't fade with distance, they echo eternally. If I had one more moment, I'd never let you go. I'd burn every second into my soul, so the dark would never take you home. But time is a cruel horizon, it gives, then it takes away, and we were just one heartbeat from a forever we couldn't stay. We almost had forever, we almost touched the light, we almost broke the silence, we almost made it right. But the world pulled us under like waves we couldn't outrun. We almost had forever, we almost were the one. The fire still remembers, even when I don't. Some voices never leave, they just become the music. heard your name in the rainfall on the roof above my bed, like the sky was trying softly to repeat the things you said. I heard your laugh in the silence where the old floorboards sigh, and I turned like you were standing there, but it was only night. There's a chapel on the hillside where the windows hold the moon, and every stone remembers the shape of me and you. I go there when the world gets loud, when my heart forgets to breathe, and every note that finds me brings you back to me. They told me time would quiet you, that memory would move on, but every time the fiddle cries, I hear you in every song. I hear you in every song, in every broken melody, in every voice that trembles like it knows what you meant to me. I hear you in every song, in every note that lingers along. You left the world I wake inside, but you live in every song. The harp strings sound like footsteps crossing rooms I cannot see, and the pipes breathe through the darkness like your soul is calling me. I know I cannot hold you, I know dreams are not enough, but music makes a doorway where I still believe in us. So let the choir rise behind me, let the old stones hum along, because when the night becomes too heavy, I hear you in every song. I hear you in every song, in every broken melody, in every voice that trembles like it knows what you meant to me. I hear you in every song, in every note that lingers along. You left the world I wake inside, but you live in every song. If love becomes an echo, then echo back to me. If grief becomes a prayer, then let it set you free. If I cannot walk beside you, if I cannot bring you home, then haunt me through the music, so I never feel alone. I hear you in every song, in every rising harmony, in every tear I never cried, in every dream that carries me. I hear you stood too long at a closed old gate, begging the dark to rewrite fate. Gave years away to the fear I wore, but I'm not kneeling there anymore. Storm made iron out of every scar. Loss taught me who my true strengths are. I was ashes waiting on a spark. Now I strike fire against the dark. Hear the war drums call my name. I was broken, now I came aflame. I'm not waiting anymore. I've had freedom at my door. Through highland wind and battle roar, I run into the sun. I'm not waiting anymore. No chained heart on a silent shore. I raise my voice like rebel war. My life has just begun. Fiddle reels burn wild through my veins. No grief holds these hands in chains. Every road I feared I now can claim. I walk through thunder without shame. The pipes cry out and the banners rise. I wear my storms as battle signs. The girl who once begged love to stay now rides with dawn and breaks away. Hear the mountains answer strong. What was captive marches on. I'm not waiting anymore. I was meant for something more. Past every wound and every war, I run where eagles fly. I'm not waiting anymore. Let all prisons close their doors. I lift my heart like ancient swords and carve across the sky. Raise the drums, let heather shake. Wake the blood, old kingdoms wake. No soul was born to live, half broke tonight. The sleeping lions I'm not waiting anymore. Hear 10,000 spirits roar through pipes and fire and rebel storm. I rise and claim my name. I'm not waiting anymore. What I lost became my sword, and every wound I carried war now feeds a holy flame. I'm not waiting. I'm becoming. I'm becoming. The hills remember, and somewhere you wait for me. Through the mist and sky I hear your name, carried by rain where the old ghost came. Cold moon rising over heather flame, but in the dark you feel the same. The small pipes cry where the wild birds turn, by ruined stones where the heat fires burn. I kept your voice where the sea still yearns. Some loves die slow but never burn out. Oh, the wind still knows where our shadows run, past the cliffs of sorrow toward a hidden sun. Somewhere we're still together beyond the storm and the breaking weather, where no goodbye can sever forever. I feel you calling through the night. Somewhere our hearts still wander across old moors where lost souls thunder. Through every age I come back under your haunted light, your haunted light. Highland stars fall into silver foam. Your memory makes every exile home. Old harp strings weep in a sacred tone, and every road still leads me home. Through Hebridean winds your spirit sings, in fiddle cries and raven wings. The sea keeps all forgotten things, but never stole your soul from me. Oh, the dark may rise and the years may sever, but the old hill calls and love walks forever. Somewhere we're still together beyond the grief and the winter weather. No death was strong enough to sever the vow we buried in the sky. Somewhere we meet in dreaming, where moonlit locks are softly gleaming. I hear your voice through silence streaming, and know our love did never die. Hear the pipes call over Culloden rain. Hear old clans rise in the wind again. If souls return through loss and pain, then I will find you still together. I still see Every candle in the window keeps whispering your name. I hear your footsteps in the hallway, though no one's standing there. Just the wind against the old stone and your voice inside the air. I sleep beneath a broken moon, with your memory near my skin, and every dream becomes a doorway where you come walking in. You don't speak, but I can feel you, like a song beneath the ground. And I wake with empty hands again, because you can't stay around. They say the heart learns how to heal, they say the ache will fade somehow, but they never loved a ghost like you. You live in my dreams now, where the stars don't let you go, where the rivers run forever, through the valleys white with snow. You live in my dreams now, past the reach of time and sound. I lost you in the waking world, but in the dark you're still around. The fiddle cries beyond the hills, like it knows what I became. Half a soul beside the fire, still calling out your name. If love can cross the veil at night, then come before the dawn, because morning is the cruelest thing. It proves that you are gone. Stay until the light comes, stay until I breathe, stay until the dream breaks and takes you back from me. I would sleep 1,000 winters, I would never ask for day. If the dark is where I find you, then let the dark remain. I still see you when the night forgets my name. You live in my dreams now. I should have fought when the dark rolled in, held your hand through the storm and sin. But I stood still while the cold wind grew, and watched the night take hold of you. I hear your name in the river's cry, in winter fields where old souls lie, and every road I walk runs through the life I lost by losing you. Now every prayer burns late in flame, and every dawn still speaks your name. I should have fought for you like warriors fight through blood and rain. I should have stood my ground when love was calling me through pain. Now all I hold are ghosts of fire, ashes where our hearts once flew. And God forgive this broken soul, I should have fought for you. The moon hangs pale on the ruined stone, like it knows I walk alone. Your shadow moves in the morning dew, like you still await where I failed you. And if the dead can hear regret, then hear me now, I'm not done yet. I tear the stars down one by one to undo all I left undone. Too late the brave man found a sword, too late the coward begged the Lord. I should have fought for you through every wound and every war. Should have broken fate itself and bled outside your closing door. Now every dream turns back to smoke, every vow cuts deeper through, and all my life will carry this. I should have fought for you. If love survives where bodies fall, can you still hear me call across the hills beyond the blue? I'm still fighting now for you. I should have fought for you with fire, with faith, with all I knew. Should have stood before the dark and let it come for me, not you. But now the wind sings what is true. Some wounds live on when hearts break through, until the earth takes me to. I'll die repeating, I should have fought, I should have fought for you. They told me not to cross that line where the hills go dark and the stars don't shine. But I felt a pull I can't explain, like something out there knew my name. The wind grew cold, the sky turned gray, and every step led me astray. No path behind, no light ahead, just whispers of the silent dead. And the ground beneath began to shake, like something deep was wide awake. She walks with the storm, she calls the night, dancing in shadows out of sight. Eyes like fire, soul like rain, carrying echoes of endless pain. I tried to run, I tried to hide, but I felt her breathing by my side. If she's not real, then tell me why. I still see her when I close my eyes. A distant cry through broken air, a voice that shouldn't still be there. I turned around, the silence screamed like waking up inside a dream. The fog rolled in, the world stood still. My heart went quiet against my will, and in the dark I saw her stand, reaching out with an empty hand. And I knew right then I crossed too far into the place where the lost ones are. She walks with the storm, she calls the night. Don't say my name, don't call me close. I'm not the one you're looking for. But every step I try to take leads me back to where she waits. She walks with the storm, she owns the night, fading away in fading light. No escape, no place to run, when the dark and I become one. And now I know I crossed the line. She never left, she's always mine. Some loves arrive like sunrise after the war is already lost. I met you where the rain fell soft on stones older than our name. at me like you had known every sorrow I became. There was a world inside your eyes I almost called my home, but some roads open far too late when the heart has learned to roam. You held my silence carefully, like a letter never sent, and every word we almost spoke was heavy with what it meant. We were not a passing shadow, we were not a fading spark. We were two souls finding daylight at the wrong side of the dark. And I still hear the pipes at evening calling through the rain, like they know the love we buried still remembers both our names. You were my right person at the wrong time, the prayer I found too late, the hand I could not make mine. You were the song I needed when the music had gone quiet. You were my almost forever, my right person, wrong time. If I had met you in another life, before the scars, before the walls, I would have loved you out in daylight. I would have answered every call, but we were caught between the seasons, between goodbye and stay. And sometimes love is still the truth, even when it walks away. So I leave you with the firelight and the words I never knew. Every dream I had of forever still wears the shape of you. You were my right person at the wrong time, the prayer I found too late, the hand I could not make mine. You were the song I needed when the music had gone quiet. You were my almost forever, my right person, wrong time. I do not blame the stars above, I do not curse the road, but I still wonder what we'd be if time had let us grow. Would we have built a little life where the hills meet the sea? Would I have kept your heart beside me? Would you have stayed with me? But fate is not a gentle thing. It takes without a sound and leaves two hearts still reaching for a love they never found. You were my right person at the wrong time, the love I would have chosen in another place, another life. You were the door I opened when I had to say goodbye. You were my almost forever, my right person, wrong time. You were my right person at the wrong time, and I will carry you softly for the rest of my life. Some loves arrive like sunrise after the war is already lost. like rain, and every candle in the window keeps whispering your name. I hear your footsteps in the hallway, though no one's standing there. Just the wind against the old stone and your voice inside the air. I sleep beneath a broken moon, with your memory near my skin, and every dream becomes a doorway where you come walking in. You don't speak, but I can feel you, like a song beneath the ground. And I wake with empty hands again, because you can't stay around. They say the heart learns how to heal, they say the ache will fade somehow, but they never loved a ghost like you. You live in my dreams now, where the stars don't let you go, where the rivers run forever, through the valleys white with snow. You live in my dreams now, past the reach of time and sound. I lost you in the waking world, but in the dark you're still around. The fiddle cries beyond the hills, like it knows what I became. Half a soul beside the fire, still calling out your name. If love can cross the veil at night, then come before the dawn, because morning is the cruelest thing. It proves that you are gone. Stay until the light comes, stay until I breathe, stay until the dream breaks and takes you back from me. I would sleep 1,000 winters, I would never ask for day. If the dark is where I find you, then let the dark remain. I still see you when the night forgets my name. You live in my dreams now. carried old ghost where my blood still runs. The night broke hard, but I would not bend, though something in me did not mend. I wore the storm like a second skin, learned how wars can live within, and every scar the darkness gave reminds me what the dying saved. I came back breathing, but not reborn. Some souls survive, forever torn. I survived, but I'm not the same. Walk through life with a different flame. There's steel now forged inside my pain, but nothing broken heals unchanged. I stood where weaker hearts would fall, answered ruin when it called. And though I lived through every wave, the one who entered was not saved. There were nights death whispered close, and mornings colder than the frost, but I kept rising through the scars. A wounded heart still reaches stars. I buried fear beneath my feet, made grief and fury learn to speak. And from the wreck where I was torn, a darker kind of strength was born. I crossed the black where hope was slain, and no soul walks back from that the same. I survived, but I'm not the same. There's thunder burning in my veins. Every wound became a blade. Every loss remade my name. I stood when all the light was gone, kept marching wounded toward the dawn. And though the fire could not take me, it left its mark eternally. Do not mistake survival for peace. Some wars inside us never cease. I wear my ruins like a crown, built from all that knocked me I survived, but I'm not the same. I came back harder through the flames. Now every scar sings what is true. Pain can destroy or make you new. And if the dark should call again, I'll meet it stronger than I've been. Because the soul that rose from pain cannot be broken twice the same. I left my voice where the cold wind cries, in a field of stone where the last one lies. never said, no tears were shown, just the hollow sound of being alone. I walked too far past the edge of light, where the sky turns black and forgets the night. And something there, it called me in, like it knew the shape beneath my skin. And I felt my heart turning to dust, like the earth itself had swallowed us. I buried my name in the night so deep, where the shadows crawl and the silence speaks. No way back, no saving me, just the ghost of who I used to be. I tried to scream, but the sound was gone, like I never had a voice at all. If I'm still here, then tell me why I feel myself slowly die. The ground was cold, but it felt like home, like I wasn't meant to leave alone. And every step just pulled me down into a place without a sound. There's something wrong with the air I breathe, like it's taking more than it gives to me. And in the dark I saw her face, but it looked like mine in another place. And I knew right then I crossed the line between the living and the left behind. I buried my name in the night so deep, don't look for me, don't call me back. I'm not the same, I'm something black. If you hear me, don't turn around, 'cause I'm not lost, I'm buried down. I buried my name in the night that day, and I felt my soul just fade away. No light, no breath, no sound, no flame, just an empty echo without a name. And now I know what darkness keeps. It never gives back what it takes. So deep. Mist on the moor, fire in the rain. Your name still walks through me. Like thunder over blackened hills, wild as the clans where the cold wind kills. You taught my frightened heart to run free, then vanished like smoke from a rebel sea. Your hands were flame in a world of stone, your goodbye. Oh, the heather bends, but it remembers. Every vow burned into embers. You changed my life, then disappeared, left me with ghosts and a love still feared. Through highland storms I still hear you near, calling through the dark. You changed my soul, then crossed the night, like fading torches losing light. But in my blood you still survive, like old war drums in the sky. Mourn where the rivers turn and every memory cuts and burns. I search old ruins and winter flames, still whispering your hidden name. They say lost love is meant to fade, like rebel songs the years betrayed. But some wounds bloom where hearts survive, and yours still keeps my dead alive. Oh, the wind still knows where you wander, changed my life and disappeared, left me with shadows that stayed for years. Still through the storm your voice I hear, calling from the pines. You changed my soul, then crossed the sea, but death could never silence me. I wear your fire inside of me, like a Highland battle cry. Pipes where lost clans sleep, let the mountain keep what lovers keep. If fate stole you across the foe, my spirit still will bring you home. You changed my life, then disappeared, but not one breath has left me clear. I carry love no grave could cheer. Across the endless night you changed my world, wandered over heather bent in rain, two wild hearts beneath the thunder bound, then broken by the same. You were fire against the ocean, I was salt upon the gale. We were written in a moment, like a ghost inside a tale. Oh, the sky knew we would vanish before dawn could learn our names. We were meant to meet, not stay, like stormbirds crossing on their way. One kiss borrowed from the foam, never ours to call a home. You were tied and I was spread, grave. We were meant to meet, not stay. At break of day, every note a wound surviving, every wind repeats your name. Cold moon over western islands, silver over ruined stone. Even now in sleep I find you, walking where the dead go home. Fate carved us in the tempest, then returned us to the waves. We were meant to meet, not stay, like storm birds crossing on their way. One kiss borrowed from the foam, never ours to call a home. You were tied and I was spray. Love was born, already drifting away. Still my soul calls through the grave. We were meant to meet, not stay. Wonder meets me there beyond the sea. We were meant to meet, not stay, but some loves never fade away. Though the storm has made us roam, part of you still leads me home. You were tied and I was sprayed, still I hear you in the salt and rain. When the wild geese cry your name, I know we were not born in vain. We were meant to meet, not stay, but I will love you past the waves. Sea wind, heart fading, distant pipes answering. The chair still leans where you would rest, cold moonlight sleeping on your chest. And every night when shadows move, I feel your hand where mine once knew. The fire died years ago, it seems, but you still walk inside my dreams. A breath, a whisper passing through, like silence still belongs to you. Some loves do not go with the grave, some hearts remain, though none are saved. You still sit beside me inside of you. The floorboards sigh beneath the rain, like calling out your name again. And in the dark, before first light, I feel you watching through the night. No prayer could break what death can sever. Some wounds stay living on forever. And every dawn the cold comes through, as if the morning misses you. You still sit beside me in silence, in every sorrow I walk through, like old cathedral echoes singing of a love that never withdrew. Though time has worn these hands to bone, one truth remains the whole night through. I am never truly alone, while silence keeps holding you. If spirits wait where grief runs deep, then yours has never fallen asleep. It lingers where the candles burn, still beside me at every turn. You still sit beside me in silence, where broken souls refuse to part, like ancient ghosts in ruined chapels, still praying inside my heart. And when my final winter comes, I know exactly where I'll move, into that silence next to you, where I was always meant to be. I gave my heart to the storm, but I walked out carried your silence like a stone inside my chest. I called it love for too long, while it stole my breath. I waited by the fire for a warmth that never came, and I learned how lonely it can feel to keep forgiving pain. I lost my voice in the wanting, lost my name in the fight, kept breaking myself open just to keep your shadow bright. But somewhere in the darkness, where the old dreams fell apart, I heard a little whisper coming from my heart. It said, "Rise now, you were never born to crawl. Rise now, you have survived it all." I finally today. I finally chose myself. Now the sky is opening wide. I can feel the fire returning like a phoenix in the night. I finally chose myself. Let the whole world hear me say, I am not the girl you broke, I am the storm that walked away. I finally chose myself. I finally chose myself. Hey, I finally chose myself. Hey, and I will never look back again. I gave my heart to the storm, but I walked out alive. The rain still knows your name, and so do I still wait where you left me, by the chapel made of stone, where the ivy climbed the doorway, and I learned to stand alone. The rain falls through the rafters like it has nowhere to be, and every drop remembers the night you walked from me. Your shadow crossed the threshold, then vanished in the grave. I thought you'd turn around once, I thought you'd ask to stay, but the road kept taking me farther, past the fields beyond the hill, and I stayed inside the silence where I am waiting still. They say no one can live forever in the moment someone leaves, but my heart became this ruin, and your ghost became the breeze. I still wait where you left me, where the cold rain meets the storm, where the candles burn to nothing, and I still feel less alone. I still wait where you left me, with your goodbye in the air. You walked out of my forever, but my heart stayed standing there. The harpstrings sound like rainfall in a room without a door, and the pipes cry through the distance like they've lost someone before. I hear your voice at evening when the wind begins to rise, and for one small broken second I believe in your return. But dawn is never gentle to a dream that cannot stay. It shows the empty doorway and takes your shape away. I still wait where you left me, where the cold rain meets the stone, where the candles burn to nothing, and I still feel less alone. I still wait where you left me, with your goodbye in the air. You walked out of my forever, but my heart stayed standing there. If I could leave this place, I would have done it long ago. keep the chapel open for a footstep in the night. And if you ever wonder where my broken heart has been, I am still beside the doorway, waiting for you to come in. I still wait where you left me, where the old stones hold the rain, where every prayer I whispered comes back wearing your name. I still wait where you left me, though the years have turned to air. You walked out of my forever, but my heart stayed standing there. I still wait where you left me. I still wait where you left me. The rain still knows your name, and so do I. I left your name behind, but your shadow followed. I walked beyond the black hills where the moon forgets to shine. I crossed the stones at midnight with your memory behind. But every road grew colder, every star began to bleed, and I felt you in the silence, walking after me. The heartstrings sound like warning bells inside this empty room, and the candle throws your outline across the walls of gloom. I told myself it's over, I told the dark I'm free, but something in the doorway still breathes your name at me. I buried all the letters, I burned what we had been, but grief is not a graveyard when the ghost still lives within. Your shadow still follows me through the fog and through the flame. I run from what we used to be, but it whispers back your name. Your shadow still follows me like a curse I cannot see. I walked away from all we were, but you never left me. The fiddle cries like winter over graves beneath the rain, and every note is twisted with a shade of old pain. I hear the pipes at morning like a funeral in the sky, and I wonder if forgetting is just another lie. shadow still follows me through the fog and through the flame. I run from what we used to be, but it whispers back your name. Your shadow still follows me like a curse I cannot see. I walked away from all we were, but you never left me. What do you want from my silence? What do you want from my bones? I gave you all my daylight, now you haunt me when I'm alone. If love was only memory, why does it breathe at night? Why do I feel your hand again when there is no one in sight? I have prayed to every mountain, I have begged the sea below, but the past has ancient footsteps and it always finds the road. Your shadow still follows me through the storm and through the storm. I run until my heart gives out, but I never run alone. Your shadow still follows me like a ghost beneath my skin. I walked away from all we were, but you still walk within. Your shadow still follows me. Your shadow still follows me. I left your name behind, but your shadow followed. We said goodbye, but my heart never heard it. Your coat still hangs in the hallway like you're coming home tonight, and I still leave the kitchen lamp on out of some old habit of light. The silence has your footsteps, the mirror knows your face, and every room keeps asking me why nothing feels replaced. They say a love can finish with a sentence and a door, but I keep waking in the morning like we're only hurt, not torn. Your name still feels familiar, too warm to call it past, and I don't know how something true can disappear so fast. Maybe I'm still waiting for the truth to finally land. Maybe letting go is harder when I still remember your hand. We ended, but it never felt real, like a wound beneath the winter that refuses how to heal. We ended, but my heart disagrees. You walked out of my life, but not out of me. The sea keeps moving restless past the stones below the hill, and I ask the waves at evening why I love you still. The wind brings back the old days in pieces I can't hold. Your laugh beside the fire, your hands when mine were cold. And maybe time is coming, but it has not found me yet. I am still inside the moment where we tried not to regret. We ended, but it never felt real, like a wound beneath the winter that refuses how to heal. We ended, but my heart disagrees. You walked out of my life, but not out of me. I know the world moved forward, I know the door is closed, but grief can live in ordinary things that no one else would know. A cup beside the window, a song we used to play, a road I cannot drive now because it still knows the way. If this is truly over, why do I still turn around? Why does goodbye feel like a whisper that never made a sound? We ended, but it never felt real, like the moon above the water, too broken to reveal. We ended, but my heart disagrees. You are gone from all my mornings, but not from all my dreams. We ended, but it never felt real. No, it never felt real. We said goodbye, but my heart never heard it. I was broken by the storm, but the dawn still found me. I carried pieces of myself through years I never named. I smiled beside the ashes while hiding from the flame. I thought the pain had taken every tender part of me, but somewhere under silence my heart remembered how to breathe. The hills were dark behind me, the road was cold and long, but every step through sorrow became a quiet song. I learned to hold my own hand when no one reached for mine, and in the place I lost myself, I found a hidden light. Rise slowly, the soul knows how to mend. Rise softly, this is not it gave. The pipes rose over morning like a promise through the rain, and the fiddle called my spirit back into my name. I left the ghost of yesterday beside the river stone, and for the first time in forever I did not feel alone. Rise higher and let the old wounds rest. Rise brighter, there is a life left in your chest. I became whole again after all the nights I fell. After every broken prayer I was too afraid to tell. I became whole again where the old grief turned to flame. I am not what I survived, but I bless the strength it gave. I forgive the girl who stayed too long. I forgive the heart that broke. I forgive the years I lost and every word I never spoke. I gather every shattered piece and hold them to the light. Nothing here was wasted, nothing here is died. If the mountains hear me singing, let them carry what I say. I was never gone forever, I was finding my way. I became whole again, now the sky is opening wide. I can feel the dawn returning like a fire inside my life. I became whole again, let the whole world know my name. I am not what tried to break me, I am stronger than the pain. I became whole again, I became whole again, I became whole again, and I will never lose myself again. I was broken by the storm, but the dawn still found